With its distinctive aerodynamic shape, anti-lock brakes, advanced engine technology, and roomy interior, the Honda Civic EX sedan is often admired by other car makers. Some we know, some we don't.
A Department of Energy study reveals that most American homes don't have enough insulation. And that means you. To find out what's right for your home, call Owens Corning at 1-800-GET-PINK.
There's one battery that backs you with free Jumpstart service anywhere, for any reason. Die Hard.
Can't believe I left my lights on.
Sears Die Hard. The battery you can count on to give you more power when you need it most.
Hitachi. Oh, wait, I should know what they make. I mean, I shop all the time.
Hitachi makes escalators and 20,000 other sophisticated products. Hitachi.
Hey, use a spark plug that's tested to fire clean for 30,000 miles. Motorcraft. Motorcraft quality parts. From Ford.
Boston College tackles Penn State. Auburn meets Florida. Or out west, UCLA takes on Washington State. It's high noon regional action next Saturday on ABC Sports.
Bevo is really getting excited now. I have seen his nostrils flare. He hasn't moved much other than that, but the Longhorns have moved a lot. A 70-yard drive. Duell Brewer and Michael Thompson back to receive the kickoff. Scott Serretti hits another line drive. Duell Brewer across the 30 and finally pushed back as he gets to about the 33. Texas is fired up, and with good reason. They now lead 24-10. So Oklahoma will have it 1st and 10 with fairly decent field position. And joining us in the booth, a man who has seen as many of these games probably as anybody else around here, a guy who had a vested interest in a number of them for a number of years and can now relate to Bo Schembechler, who is experiencing his first Texas-Oklahoma game, what it's like. Coach Darrell Royal, great to have you with us, Coach.
That's good to be here. This is a heck of a ball game we've got going.
Well, it always seems to be. Sooners 1st and 10. Gundy right back to throw. Complete at the 40. Kenyon Rashid making the reception.
Darrell, I've played in a lot of these and coached in a lot of these great traditional games. I don't think I've ever seen one with the intensity of this one.
I was wondering how you'd feel about that, since you're used to those crowds that go over 100,000, but they make a pretty good racket for 70 plus, don't you think?
Well, they're ladies and gentlemen up there. They sit on their hands. Here they're cheering every minute.
I mean, here you are, Bo. You've seen so many of those great Michigan games, and this you feel is more intense. There's a good catch by Corey Warren.
Well, for one thing, I heard you gave the Texas team a little pep talk last night. That's why they're playing so well here today.
I had a visit with them, Bo. I wouldn't call it a pep talk, but it was nice of Coach Makovic to ask me to come meet with the squad. I enjoyed it. It was kind of like old times getting ready for this contest today.
Well, how do you like it up here as opposed to on the sidelines? So you've been up here now for a number of years. It's a little different. 1st and 10 Sooners. Draw play to Rashid. And he makes a lot out of nothing as he gets about 5.
I was afraid that a big play was getting ready to happen, so I didn't respond to your questions. Let me make this observation. My palms are not near as moist up here as they were down there. You can believe that.
Well, Coach, I know what you've been doing the last few years, but there are probably a lot of fans out there that don't. You're living a quite happy life, aren't you?
I'm real good at it, too.
Becoming an expert. 2nd and 5. Quick hitter to Rashid, who gets inside the 45 to the 44. He's about a yard short of the 1st down. Tackled by Winfred Tubbs.
Yeah, Steve, it's been 16 years now since I worked. And it's the first time I've really been qualified for what I'm doing. I go to the health spa, exercise a little, have breakfast, and I'm ready for a day's work on the first tee.
Hit that golf ball.
That's it.
Well, you've earned it, Coach.
Thanks.
3rd down and 1. Big play for the Sooners in Texas territory. Rashid, very close. His forward progress may give it to him. He was stacked up by Anthony Curl, number 42. But his 240 pounds may have gotten him enough forward momentum. And the officials have asked for timeout, and I think it's close enough that they're going to measure.
I tell you, if they don't make this measurement, you're going to hear a lot of noise from this end down here of these Okies, because they're pretty hot about the way this game's going anyway.
For sure.
Well, it doesn't seem to make any difference, Coach. I know you've seen it for many years, that the cliche about the records of the teams not meaning anything. It is first down Oklahoma. Applies maybe more here than any other game.
It really, the being so fired up has a way of evening out the two teams. The point spread never has meant a thing in this contest, and I really mean that. It's one that holds true.
Darrell, what do you think of this emphasis toward passing here in this game as compared when you used to play the old smash mouth wishbone and they were running basically a running attack? It's quite a different ball game.
1st and 10 Oklahoma. The blitz. Gundy gets away incomplete to Corey Warren.
It's an entirely different ball game, Bo, but I think this is actually more entertaining. I think that people like to see the ball thrown around quite a bit. I know you weren't too hot about throwing it just a whole heck of a lot. That running is pretty consistent, and it gets extremely boring to the other side I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's effective. It's effective once you get down in the 4-down zone.
Well, I think that even if you emphasize passing, if you can't run some, you're going to run into some real problems.
Fake reverse to Williams. Gundy in trouble, and he goes down. The Texas defense rises up again, and we want to thank Coach Darrell Royal for being with us. Always a pleasure, Coach.
Steve, nice to see you. We miss you in Austin. Come back to see us.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good luck, Darrell.
Bo,
I'll catch you on the first tee one of these days.
All right. Give me 2 aside, and you got it.
Okay.
Darrell Royal with us here in the 3rd quarter. Brother also was with us during halftime. Always great to visit with one of the legendary coaches. Here I am blessed with 2 legendary coaches in the booth.
Well, legendary means you're old.
Now, 3rd down, 15 for Oklahoma. Sooners with yet another big play as they trail big here in the 3rd. Gundy still under pressure. Incomplete as he threw it away. Ernest Williams was down there. And pressure again from Bo Robinson, number 45. The Sooners will have to give up the football.
The Texas defense is playing surprisingly well. I didn't feel at the start of the game that they'd be able to put as much pressure on Gundy as they have. And that pressure is the reason that he hasn't been effective so far.
Brad Riddell into punt. Mike Adams, 83, back for Texas. Riddell under some pressure, but no flag. And Adams lets it go through the end zone for a touchback. 8 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. A 47-yard punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Texas at the 20 as they lead 24-10.
Our children dream of the world that we promised them as parents, a world of unlimited opportunity. What would they say to us if they knew that by the year 2000 we will have left them with a national debt of $8 trillion? What would they say to us if they knew that we are making them the first generation of Americans with a standard of living below the generation before them? We cannot do this to our children. In this election, we have the opportunity to choose a candidate who is not a career politician, but a proven business leader with the ability to take on the tasks at hand, to balance the budget, to expand the tax base, to give our children back their American dream. The candidate is Ross Perot. The issue is our children. The choice is yours.
Since the Honda Accord is America's best-selling car, why would you want to lease one? Well, for one thing, you won't have to drop a lot of cash. Introducing the Accord Lease Program. See your nearest dealer for details.
Here at the Texas State Fair, there's a new Codalux exhibit recognizing the 100th year of Texas football. It all began 100 seasons ago when a small band of college students took the train up to Dallas to play the local town team on Thanksgiving Day, 1893. And the rich tradition includes Darrell Royal, Bobby Lane, and of course Heisman Trophy winner Earl Campbell. The Texas Longhorns using a little bit of that 100 years of tradition as they lead favorite Oklahoma by 14. Phil Brown in at running back for the Longhorns, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Brown has it. Getting 5 to the 25. It'll be 2nd and 5. And let's go down to Dean Blevins, who has a coaching legend from the Oklahoma side.
Thank you, Steve. I'm with Barry Switzer. I know, Coach, you're wanting to get this over with so you can go back upstairs and get off the sideline.
You bet. I don't want to be here. I'm very supportive of Garrett Gibbs. Those guys played for me. They're my coaches 15 years ago. Hey, I believe in them. They're winners. Texas had some great breaks today, Dean. I want to say hi to Bo. Stay out of baseball, Bo. I knew it was a mistake when you got in there. Steve Zabriskie did my 20 years ago.
Let's go back to play and hang on, Coach.
Well, we do go back a long way. Kenny Neal may have enough for the first down as he got away enough from William Shankle and Malin Wesley to fall forward. Let's go back down to Dean.
And the reason for you wanting to be on the sideline is some of these people are calling for your name. I think it's important to you.
I'm very sensitive about that, and I don't like that and don't want it. I've been here before, too. I've got my butt beat a bunch of times.
And you don't want to go back to Arkansas. That's been the river. They don't need you today.
Hey, you do a hell of a job. ABC, take this guy. He's a winner.
Back up to the booth.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes, Dean, those coaches can make or break your career.
True, true.
Barry Switzer had many, many great years at Oklahoma. First down from the 30. Curtis Jackson, and he gets 5 or 6. Let's go to John Saunders for an update.
Cal in Washington, Matt Jones had a 3-yard touchdown run. Then on the kickoff, Lindsey Chapman fumbles it in the end zone. Russell Hairston finds it. A couple of quick strikes for the Huskies. 21-7. They lead in the 3rd quarter. Back to you, Steve.
Boy, that'll be a big hammer when you get scored upon and then give up a touchdown like that on the ensuing kick. Man, a 14-point swing. Right here, it's a 14-point lead for Texas. And it's 2nd down and 5. Gardere swings it out complete. Mike Adams gets away. Darnell Walker finally pushes him out of bounds at the 35. Freshman Mike Adams, and boy, these Texas freshmen are both at running back, wide receiver, and on defense.
This is a middle screen. You can see the lineman coming downfield. He throws the ball in here to Adams over the middle. Things get jammed up in here, and he breaks it out to the right. That is not the intention of the play, but it works very, very well. This Adams has great speed, and a play like that is suited to him.
Adams out of Arlington, Texas. It's a 31-yard gain to the Oklahoma 35. Adrian Walker now in at running back for the Longhorns. And flags fly again. Preliminary movement. Little head slapping along the line of scrimmage. Dead ball, illegal procedure against Texas. So Oklahoma drawn offside. Boy, I'll tell you what. We talked about the Oklahoma defense and their abilities. Texas is making the most of every offensive possession, Bo.
Steve, they're doing a tremendous job of picking away at the Oklahoma defense. That is a good defense that Oklahoma has. And the Texas team is using multiple formations, screens, draws, counters, passes, long and short. They're mixing it up beautifully, and they're rolling up a lot of yards.
They opened up this second half with a 70-yard touchdown drive. They've had an 80-yarder and a 91-yarder. Screen over the middle, complete to Phil Brown. Brown with a first down. Eastman.